Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Lunar coming at you, and today I'm going to be going over my top 10 list for the Pokemon I hate running into in the wild the absolute most. They annoy me, they irritate me. And just a quick disclaimer, just because a Pokemon lands on this list does not mean that I absolutely despise it. I'm going to make that perfectly clear. If you use it and you enjoy using it, fantastic. If you just like to use that Pokemon, if you like that Pokemon, fantastic. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing that. This is just my own personal opinion. I just want to make that absolutely clear. So, there we have it. Without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into that list. Okay, so ranking at the bottom of this list is Chansey. This could have gone to any rare Safari exclusive Pokemon such as Kangaskhan, Scyther, etc. But Chansey is the one that gave me the most trouble by far. With a low capture rate of 30, for comparison Croagunk has a capture rate of 140 and Zubat has a capture rate of 255. And Chansey also having a very high chance of fleeing along with the maximum encounter rate in the Kanto Safari zone of 4%. This Pokemon is a nightmare to capture. Fortunately, if you wanted a Chansey in Generation 4, you could just go to the Trophy Garden and have a 5% chance to encounter a Wild Chansey that won't flee, and this happens after you complete the Pokedex, given that Backlot says that there are Chansey in his garden. In order to complete the Kanto Dex in Fire Red, I spent 2 weeks hunting for and capturing a Chansey. Now, let me tell you, that was torture, but that's not much compared to some of these other entries. However, it's certainly enough to make it onto number 10 for this list. I could have put essentially any roaming Pokemon onto this slot of the list, but the most annoying ones by far are the legendary beasts. There are strategies for capturing Latias, Latios, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Mesprit, Cresselia, Tornadus, and Thundurus. If you're faster, you can use Block or Mean Look. Alternatively, you can go in with a Pokemon that has either the Shadow Tag or Arena Trap ability, but not with the legendary beasts, especially not in Leaf Green and Fire Red. Usually, if Raikou, Entei, or Suicune simply flees, you can find it on another route, no problem. If it uses Roar, however, it stops existing. So, not only do you have a Pokemon that can get out of Arena Trap and the like, but it can make itself disappear forever. On top of all this, you're wanting to capture this trifecta of trouble, you'll be pleased to know that they have a capture rate of 3. So really, it's do or die. And that's what made the beasts make it onto the number 9 slot for this list. Oh god, where do I even begin with this one? Black, White, Black 2, and White 2. You're running through a route and you spot an item. You walk up to it and the item starts to hop. You did not find an item. You found a fungus. If you attack physically and you make contact, you have a good chance of getting a face full of Effect Spore. So you may be thinking to capture this Pokemon. It's an easy and simple capture with a capture rate of 190. But its evolved form Amoonguss, it's slow. Fungus has a base speed stat of 15 and Amoonguss has 30. They're only somewhat bulky with lackluster attack and special attack. Think you're gonna train against it? Think again. Their experience yield is abysmal, so yeah, Fungus is an annoying little piece of crap that doesn't need to exist. If I had to give it any positive words, however, it's that it at least does not have Sunspore, Poison Powder, and Sleep Powder. The first status afflicting move it learns is Toxic at level 32. So now do you see why Fungus made it onto this list as number 8? Why do these two even exist? Why not at level 15 learns Mirror Coat, Counter, Safeguard, and Destiny Bond. It has the capability of knowing Charm, Splash, and Encore as a why not. You can't escape from these because they have Shadow Tag. They have no real competitive uses. They have no quest team uses. They're just big bulky blobs that say you won't escape, I shall troll you to death now. Catching them is fine and dandy, but you know that the only TM that they can learn is Safeguard, so there's really no point. So you decided to train against it? Awesome. Oh, just be careful. Hit it too hard and it will KO your Pokemon with Mirror Coat or Counter. You don't know which one it'll use. Or it could KO your Pokemon with Destiny Bond, so really, what point is there in fighting it? That's why this duo of dumbassery made it to number 7 on my list. Well, I will also go ahead and let it know that it does have some uses. It can be dangerous to go up against in a trainer battle if the trainer knows what he's doing. These two were probably expected to be on the list. Did you know that the signature move of Voltorb and Electrode is Explosion? Learning self-destruct levels 33 and 35 respectively, these two are a nightmare, particularly if you're trying to catch them. It's called Pokeball Go Boom. Well, your opponent faints. Your Pokemon faints. Nobody gets experience. Nobody gets a Pokemon. These things are also fast, which means it's a good chance you won't be able to escape from the detonation. I hope you've got revives on hand. I've never really liked Volkova Electrode for this reason, but at least they're manageable compared to some of the Pokemon on this list. Also, at least they're fast and give speed EVs if you're trying to EV train, but seriously, I hate running into these guys. Especially in the hideouts, where you're also trying to find that Master Ball and you get that nugget. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Joltik made the Chargestone Cave a nightmare, a complete and unadulterated horror. They made Zubat look uncommon. They yielded around the same quality experience too, in addition to having two notable weaknesses and being able to effectively counter Psychic, Dark, Flying, Water, Grass, and Ground with its Bug and Electric moves. It's a bit of a pain. Having a move pool of either Fury Cutter, Electro Web, Bug Bite, and Gastro Acid, or Electro Web, Bug Bite, Gastro Acid, and Slash, it's actually a fairly formidable foe. Allow me to reiterate that it can effectively counter 6 types with that moveset. And let's also not forget about nullifying enemy effects and either stacking damage or a high chance for a critical. On top of that, for being a firstborn Pokemon, it's got some pretty solid stats. All that together, Joltik is a nuisance to face. I just wish it gave more experience. Maybe then I wouldn't have made it number 5 on this list. I love Alakazam. It's a great Pokemon. Abra can also give decent experience early game. It also has a great overworld move. Have I also mentioned that it has a base special attack of 105 and a base speed of 90 as a first form Pokemon? As an LC Pokemon, it's got higher base special attack and higher base speed than a lot of OU Pokemon. You want to know why it's on this list? Teleport. Until it becomes something that isn't an Abra, the only level up move it can learn is Teleport. Don't get me wrong, you can go give it an egg move, you can give it a TM, or hell, you can even go to a move tutor, but Wild Abra never know anything but Teleport. So unless you can block Teleport and watch it struggle itself, or catch it in the initial Pokeball, you're gonna hate yourself for trying to catch one, but not that I blame you for trying to catch it. Catching it isn't close to impossible either, because it's got a capture rate of an astounding 200. I actually give you props for trying it. But let's talk about this for a second, shall we? Abra, if you don't use a TM, is a pain to train, it's a pain to catch, and in Pokemon Yellow, it was vital for the quick Mew glitch. If you don't know what that is, I will explain it in a different video, but it's essentially teleporting as soon as you get challenged by the junior trainer on Route 24. Again, I'll give more details in a later video. Also, if you're trying to battle it and you don't OHKO it, you're trying to level grind against it, teleport, you lose all that experience and you've lost a power point. So now do you see why Abra is number 4 on this list? This one should not come as a surprise to anybody. In Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, Bronzor was a floating headache. It learns Confuse Ray at level 14, making it an immediate annoyance, on top of also having Hypnosis. It learns Extrasensory at level 19, meaning it has Hypnosis, Imprison, Confuse Ray, and Extrasensory. You sleep, you're confused, you flinch, and sometimes you're out of moves. Early game, this was devastating, especially if the Bronzor had the Heat Proof ability, softening the blow from Fire-type attacks and having burn damage. Its other ability just completely nullified the other weakness to ground. So in Generation 4, this Pokemon was only ever weak to one type with a base defense and special defense of 86. It takes the hits, it puts your Pokemon through hell, and does it give good experience? Nope. I think you're seeing a theme here. No, I'm done talking about you, Bronzor. I'm done talking about you. Okay, so I know that Trapinch and Diglett are not the same Pokemon, but they fit into the same category. They're ground types that don't give a lot of experience, and they have Arena Trap. They're just an annoyance. They aren't like Bronzor where they're actually a threat. I mean, you can catch them okay. They aren't very strong, but again, they tend to have Arena Trap. They don't even always have the Arena Trap. They also don't yield a lot of experience, like I said before, so the standard individual is inclined to run away, but these two won't let you run. They'll annoy you with their pathetic capabilities, and when you beat them, you get roughly 200 experience or so, when you need about 4,500 to level. I mean, Flygon is cool, Dugtrio is cool. These two Pokemon, however, annoy me because they're just pathetic. I mean, I'd rather face a Magikarp. At least that doesn't tie you down with its pathetic moves. Anyway, number 2 is both Trapinch and Diglett. Again, it's for the Arena Trap and the fact that they just don't let you run. Number 1 should be at least relatively obvious. I mean, it's Geodude and Graveler for, I'd say, an obvious reason. So, they actually give decent experience. They're also pretty common. They're not bad Pokemon, they just have the capability to be the biggest pains in the ass ever. Imagine, if you will, that you're a level grinder. You just caught a new member of your team and you're looking to train it. You face Graveler and you OHKO it, but it survives because of Sturdy, and then uses self-destruct, fainting both itself and your Pokemon. No one gets experience. Graveler just stole your win from you, and this happens a lot. Now, not only are you wasting your time to go back, heal, train, only for that troll of a Pokemon to go LOL nope, but you're also possibly wasting money to use a revive on that fainted Pokemon. This fiasco can start as early as level 29, and it can last as late as, actually, level 100. For every level past 29. In nature, it forgets self-destruct at level 53, and then learns explosion. So Geodude learns self-destruct at level 29 and Graveler at level 33. Then the madness begins. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Geodude and Graveler are my #1 most annoying wild Pokemon. Because big rock go boom. Yeah, that's why. So what do you guys think? Which wild Pokemon is the most annoying for you to face? Feel free to let me know in the comment section below. So, just a quick update, I did not get any requests for additional Pokemon games I can play, or fan-made Pokemon playthroughs that I will give. So, the poll is gonna just have Ruby Destiny, Zeta Omicron is one game, and then Pokemon Insurgents. If you have any requests for games I play afterwards, I'll be more than happy to look into it. Additionally, the game that gets first place on that poll is the first game I play, second is second, and third is third. So if you have any requests, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Also, I want to give a big thank you to Kelix614, who without him, I would not have this awesome background music I hear. I would also like to thank Unofficial Skeleton, who helped me tremendously with this video editing. So again, thank you both so much. Without YouTube, this video would not have been possible. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, requests, or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Additionally, I encourage you all to check out my friend CJB, aka Young Jern. A link to his Facebook page is also in the description. So again, thank you all so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Take care.